Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you had a good week in the markets. Friday, June 3rd. We're gonna look at SPY, GME, and talk about the shareholder meeting, earnings call. If you guys missed those lives, I'll just do a very brief recap. Yeah. SPY today looked like yesterday was starting to kind of round a top, as we were mentioning. Kind of a little false breakout is what I was thinking up here, because that set up a RSI divergence here. So not fully convinced yet, but I think we might be coming down. Daily still looks pretty bullish, but it's definitely been consolidating, and this is right at that resistance. So might have another big leg down like here or here. I actually was meaning to get into Tesla place yesterday. Didn't foresee the news coming out that Elon Musk was going to say he's going to fire 10% of his employees, but I think there's still definitely room with Tesla in the overall market. I think it'll probably fill this gap next, this 560 range, and I'll probably get options for it maybe tomorrow if it has a little bounce. Down 9%, it's a hard time to get puts. So that'll probably be my price target, and I'll probably get about a month of time. Probably just put debit spreads. With the VIX being so high, options are just expensive. It's a good time to sell them. So if you're buying them, spreading is better. Just makes them cheaper. Yeah, GME, strange little rally today. I guess actually I haven't had a video for the last couple days. We had shareholder meeting as well as the earnings call, and I streamed both those. You got to check out the earnings call if you haven't. It's under my live streams from a couple days ago. But basically, earnings call, they said they were gonna have a questions and answers at the earnings call. They said that before the earnings call. They said we're gonna have questions and answers, and it'll be after or whatever. And then when the guy came on that was announcing it, he said that, and then he said, hold on, I'm actually gonna pull it up. Here's our Discord server. You guys can jump on here. I didn't even tell you guys. Sub up, like up, comment down. Happy Money sticks around. Did I forget that? Oh my. We have a Twitter. You can follow us on at Happy Money YT. A lot to go over, I guess. As well as this Discord server. Link for this is in the description. I think I put it in here. Yeah. Okay. So you can just listen to this. You didn't catch us on the live stream.
GameStop first quarter 2022 earnings call. At this time, all participants are in a listen-only mode. A brief question and answer session will follow the formal presentation. Correction, there will not be a question and answer session following the formal presentation.
What?
If anyone should require operator assistance during the conference, please press.
Okay, so totally threw curveball, faked everyone out there. That was definitely scripted, I would say. They definitely knew about that prior. I love that they did that. To me, it's a slap in the face to the analysts and short hedge funds and all those that are trying to pin GME and put GME in this box. And my only reasoning for why they would intentionally do that would be so that they would have more reason and ammo to short it down, and the media could play this narrative like, oh, they even canceled their question and answers. This is an awful stock. They don't want to tell anybody anything. And I'm wondering if GameStop wants them to short it down so that insiders and Ryan Cohen can buy more for a cheaper price. That honestly was my thinking. And pretty soon after I heard that, I was like, that's the only reason why I could see them intentionally doing that. And they did it in an awesome slap in the face trolling way. It was freaking hilarious. You gotta rewatch that. We just go on and on. I keep playing it. It's like the most ridiculous. So that was the earnings call, and then the shareholder meeting was pretty uneventful. They said they're gonna wait to do the split for proper market conditions and this and that. Everything got approved. So now that they have more shares and everyone that was being voted for is now approved, we are just waiting for them to basically set a next dividend date. I'm assuming they will try and set it once GME is at a more vulnerable spot for margin accounts on those that are short. So during a pinch or a cycle, which potentially is already started, but I think we'll ramp up and we'll see a peak maybe towards the end of this month, a peak in price. And at that time, if they announce the next dividend, and if they have to close their naked shorts, and then they're already in a vulnerable position, that 200 will blow through, and that could be the beginning of the peak of the squeeze. So I think that's why how they're playing it. I could be wrong though. They might just announce the split soon and not try and time it at all with that. But just have to wait and see, I guess, on that. TA wise though, it does look good. There's some, I mean, overall, if you look just on the daily, it's like, okay, this looks really nice. A lot of increasing volume. We've got these big days. Green over the 9 moving average. Bullish MACD was setting up a bull flag. We kind of even broke out of it yesterday. So I drew this resistance line, and we broke out of that yesterday. And then today we actually just happened to retest it. Look at this. It retested it perfectly. Bounced off of it. So with all that's the kind of the bullish TA, and I see with that, I mean, we could see, I think, 200 next week. So for you that want to be hyped, or we could be more in a position like right here, and we're going to start downtrending next week. So I kind of have exposure both ways, just kind of hedge it. Because I could see it going either way. As far as OPEX, roll over all this, I don't know. This is just strictly TA wise. The bearishness, there is kind of a little divergence here on the hourly. Hourly divergences though aren't super reliable, I've noticed. So that might not mean much. MACD is still bullish. We'll see if it closes bullish or if this flips over bearish before close. We've got about 30 minutes. But yeah, so I got exposure to the upside. Because I mean, this is what we've always been waiting for, is that volume, green over the 9, just like we had back here, and bullish MACD. It's even better than these times because there's no volume there. Something like this. So we could be in a period like right here where we see another peak, another retest of that 200. Or even a period almost like here. But I'm still anticipating a run towards the end of June, end of this month. And it might have already started, and we might just be kind of grinding up already, similar to how we did here. So runs and then kind of consolidates, and then so we might be doing something like that, where this is like a 30-day rally from bottom to top, and maybe that bottom started just after the earnings. So yeah, the price action from yesterday, I was trying to speculate what was going on, because yesterday was a pretty big day, 10% or something up. I don't know if that was insiders buying, Ryan Cohen buying. We haven't heard anything yet, as far as I know. It was kind of strange though. Even the price action was very, very SLD period feeling, where it just didn't feel very manipulated. It traded in a normal pattern, ripped up, made bull flags, and ripped up, consolidated, and then kind of retested the VWAP, and then kept going, and just a very smooth bullish day. And I'm not too sure if they just kind of shut off the shorting, or if they're maybe not able to with as much freedom anymore. The borrowing fee is super high right now. That could be playing a role. Who knows? There's so many different factors to what they're using to suppress the price. But yesterday did look very, very natural and bullish. And today, kind of the same thing. Nothing crazy. I mean, we had this kind of little short down here, but that was really with the market. Let's see. That hour, yeah, it's 5 minutes. So that was right here. Not crazy. And then, yeah, this was actually interesting. Midday, we had this volume come in, and I don't know if this was covering FDDs or what from, I don't know, back here sometime a couple days ago. But looks like today, half an hour to close. We were only down 1.6 on a look. It's actually down the same amount as a SPY, which is crazy, because the SPY 1.6 is a pretty big day. I mean, in recent history, it's not a very big day, but for years that was a pretty big day, like these years. So in the last 6 months, though, that's not a huge day, but 1.6 on the SPY is pretty big. On SPY, that being said, I do see kind of the same thing we saw in Tesla, that RSI divergence. We've got a bearish MACD, red into the 9, so got some plays for the downside on that. But yeah, on GME, I honestly could see it going either way. So with that, maybe it'll just consolidate. This is kind of a historic resisted support spot we're at right now. I need to change so I can see it all the time. On the Webull app, I can see it. It always has a line where the price is at. So the price is what, like right here. So we've got resistance right back here at that 144 and 136. So you see there's a lot of different little resistance spots right around where we are right now. So if we break through that and we go, that's what I'm thinking next week. If we see any kind of bullishness, I think we'll break out of this bull flag and break past that 150. And that might be on a Tuesday, Wednesday, which typically likes to run. And if we do, there's not a whole lot I see us slowing us down. Maybe 160 would slow us down, but we'll see. Or if we come down, if the market's coming down, because I think that will come down. I don't even know where it would stop. 115. I don't know, but I know when GME gets to double digits, go long, basically. So we had this RSI divergence. We saw this setting up this run. Had a higher RSI here, lower RSI here, higher low here and a lower, or higher low and then a lower low. So the divergence, this was going up and this was coming down. And so that run was kind of forecasted. Just didn't expect to be that big. That was a big run. But yeah, the downside, I'm thinking if it gets below, if it gets in the double digits and it's there for a couple days, get like monthly options at least, and they could be pretty bullish because so far anytime it's been in the double digits, it has not lasted long. So we'll see. Looks like SPY's coming up a little bit. There's about 20 minutes left. We are waiting now, I guess, just for NFT, or sorry, so it'll be an X dividend date for the split, since it's a split via dividend. So there's been some DD shared on different stocks like Tesla and Overstock that have basically done the same thing and how their price action has ripped. It seems like after they announce the dividend date, that's your window from then until the split is when we would see the biggest price action from that catalyst. Here's a little DD I shared, or sorry, drawing TA I shared. That was actually 4:35 a.m. Yeah, I was up pretty early this morning. But just seeing that we broke out of that resistance yesterday, I was like, wow, we actually could rip today. Did really have a big rip today, but bounced off of it. So perhaps this will be our new support on GameStop. Man, I'm all over the place today. We'll see. I mean, it could go either way. It's bullish, so I mean, everything we want is here. We've got pretty good volume today, and set up a bull flag. So next week, let me show you guys my exposure. Not a whole lot to the upside. I'm hedged pretty well to the downside at this point, just because I'm out of capital for whatever reason. That always happens when it's bullish. I'm like, oh, where did it all go? So these are expiring today. For next week, I actually just picked these up. 155, 167 and a half call debit spreads. Not a huge position, just $154 for two of them. 2,300 max gain if it's at 168 or so. So like I said, 200 would be like bullish case scenario. More safely or more realistically, if we had a big run, would be like 160, I guess, maybe 175. So I've got that, and then I also have this poor man's covered call. I'm kind of rolling. If you watched before, these long 120 calls I have expiring in 2 weeks now. It's coming up, and then I rolled this yesterday from 130 up to a 141 and received a credit for it, actually. So I rolled it from today's strike, or today's expiration, to next Friday on the short calls, and I received a credit. So now I have more exposure to the upside if it does rip up. And of course I always could roll it again next week. But basically, I could close this out today and yeah, I guess realize the 4,500. Is that right? No, the 3,300. But if GME goes up, then this 120 call will go up in value. 141 will lose some, depending on how fast it goes up and how soon, of course. And then we have these ones for 42 days to expiration, which is monthly, July monthlies, 490, 500 call debit spreads. And these really won't gain value until we're closer to in the money. If you look at this chart, I mean, it's, you know, this is $400 right here. So really when this thing rips is once you get past 490. So these are kind of squeeze plays. 155, 185, this little call debit spread, which I thought about closing today, but in case we do start to rip next week, which I see that as a possibility for sure. And then of course we have our calls that actually need to work on rolling. So I rolled one of them. I rolled the 108. I'm only able to roll it up $1 and receive a credit, which kind of sucks for 1 week at least. If I went out further, I could go get more. But and then this 95, I haven't been able to roll it up $1 for credit yet for next week. So we'll see. I might have to go out another week. So those are on margin, so I'm playing those a little safer. And then we've got the 105 call here. I'm trying to roll up. Oh, and then the short puts. Let's see, I had short puts that did I not have those open? I can't remember last video what I showed, but I had short puts. I closed them out today for, you know, close to max gain, I believe. Yeah, on this account, and I've been trying to open up another one, and then it kind of ripped up, so it didn't get me a good fill. I was opening up here. I did open up one on Weeble down here for next week. What was that? A 128? No, 120 down here. We had this rip up and it was up like 40%. So I actually ended up just closing it for like 30% gain. Now I'm trying to open up another short put for next Friday, 124. So the premium on the 124 at this point is 500. Yeah, 500. But if you have a rip up like this and it's up 40% in just an hour or so, it's like might as well just close it out and just scalp those short puts for a bit. Yeah, we'll see this weekend. Maybe there'll be news, maybe there'll be marketplace release, maybe filings will come out on buy-ins. I don't know. There's potential for a lot, and it seems like the stock is getting hit from all sorts of different angles at this point. They're kind of, seems like some scrambling for covering, some trying to roll over, others maybe getting blown up. I'm not sure, but the kind of this price action is a little bit, this is different. I think GME is kind of in a different place now with the overall market where it's at, with the catalysts that are coming up and are happening now, and now with the split, we're maybe not going to see as much of repeatable patterns. We might just be kind of in some sort of upward grind, consolidation, volatility type thing. I don't know if we're gonna you know what I mean? I think we're probably into the final phases of this this squeeze. If it is gonna squeeze, I think this is probably the beginning of it. Thanks for watching, guys. See you on Discord. Peace out.